Euphonium is a medium-sized, conical-bore, tenor-voiced brass instrument that derives its name from the ancient Greek word euphonos, meaning well-sounding or sweet-voiced. Oh, so I see you stumbled upon me playing the euphonium. Let me tell you all about my growth, my challenges, and how I became the proficient player I am today. So let's go. What a trip down memory lane. So, I started my Allegro movement in 5th grade, the youngest age in which kids can join band. I picked the trumpet because it was an instrument that was commonly used to play in military hymns. But I wasn't really good at trumpet though. As you can see, my lips are bigger than the mouthpiece. So if you put 2 and 2 together, I can't really play it. When I joined the ERWC concert band in 9th grade, my band teacher, Mr. Barnum, suggested that I switch to the euphonium. Switching to the euphonium was actually a pretty rough switch, as first of all, it was pretty darn heavy. Like, my arms were so weak I couldn't even carry the thing. Next, it also required a way bigger airflow than before, in which I did not have. So at the end of the year concert, my band played a piece called Forever Shining, and I had a euphonium solo. But the thing is, I wasn't really used to it, and I couldn't play all the way through. Let me show you what I mean. A proper euphonium sound should consist of a mellow but soothing effect to the listener. My tone mildly improved by the end of the year, but I didn't account for many factors such as intonation, articulations, and rhythm. Being the incompetent freshman I was, I didn't think this was a problem and moved on with my bad habits. After the end of the year concert, I felt overly confident that I would be able to make it to my school's stellar group, the Wind Ensemble. I auditioned to be the euphonium there, but it didn't really work out. When I went into the testing room, I felt so nervous, and I was like playing my etude, and it just went so bad. Like, I played all the wrong flats, like I couldn't really reach the high notes. When I came out of the room, my hands were so trembling, fearing that I wouldn't make it. When the list for Wind Ensemble came, my heart sank. I was on the list. It was only one euphonium, and that was really what set me apart. I don't want to talk.
Many months later.
It is now March of my sophomore year, when I was in conservatory ensemble. This is where my adagio took place. I was still unaware of all the factors that made my playing competent, such as bad intonation, bad rhythms, bad articulations. And it really just made me so sad. I played a song called Overture for Winds, which was supposed to be a piece highlighting the euphonium solo, but just failed it. Check it out right here. I bombed the solo completely. Mr. Barnhill constantly ridiculed me of the mistakes I made in the solo. For example, he would say, "You're rushing the triplets," or "Your tone is flat." With his words circling around my head, I would try to fix my mistakes, but new mistakes always surfaced after. It has gone to the point where he invited a group of tenor saxophones to play the solo with me. It was so embarrassing that at the point of time, I just didn't want to play the euphonium anymore. After that disastrous failure, when I received my end of the year set in sophomore year, I didn't expect anything much. But when I saw the words, American River Songs, a folklore setting for band by Pierre Laplante, I was so excited. This is supposed to be a piece for Wind Ensemble, but as you can see, he entrusted us, sophomores, to play this difficult piece. Let me show you my highlights over here. My hard work paid off. I got to play the solo part in American River Songs for my buddy, Akil, the trombone. Originally, it was supposed to be a solo, but Mr. Barnum decided to add me in that part because of my improvements in tonality and intonation. The solo part highlights the dedication in my sophomore year, featuring a heroic American melody, Shenandoah. I felt empowered playing the part with my friend to remember the time spent bettering ourselves in this ensemble. Ever since I played the solo part in American River Songs, it motivated me to practice longer and harder every single day. I realized that I should achieve excellence in all things. When I tested for Mr. Barnold the second time, he complimented this. Good job, Tim. I'm sure that your improvements have shown within you this year. I was so proud, he complimented me. When the list for wind ensemble came out, my heart sank, but not of depression, but of joy. I made it as a second euphonium in wind ensemble.
80,000 impressions later.
This year was a very special year for me and the wind ensemble. We were invited to play at New York's renowned Carnegie Hall in Central Park. I personally bought Euphonium so I could play more advanced techniques and so I will be able to play the pieces. Let's fly 3,000 miles to see how I did. Woo!
6 hours later.
Here I am playing Alfred Reed's The Hounds of Spring at Central Park. It features a Euphonium duet where we each have our separate counter melodies. Having my own individual part as a second euphonium was a pretty good experience, as it helped me stand out in the band for my euphonium. The experience was even more invigorating when I performed at Carnegie Hall. Its resonance, enormity, and presence built my enthusiasm to play my euphonium to perfection. I'll just let the music speak for itself. Now I am in my senior year of high school. Being the only euphonium player in wind ensemble, I get featured in a lot of euphonium solos in which I practice to perfection. I decided to take my playing to the next level, auditioning for the Santa Clara County Honor Band. I was really delighted when I got third chair out of 5 euphonium players. It was a really great experience. And let me show you how it was. The band was guest conducted by Dr. Ed Harris, a respected individual among the music community. Working with him, along with other euphonists who've been in premier all-state ensembles, they helped me develop a professional tone with proficient technique in the instrument. This experience will impact the way I play my euphonium for the rest of the school year for my final concert in May. All of these past experiences really drove me to become the euphonium player that I am today. I recently found a company called Evergreen Music Mentors where I used my musicianship and expertise to help younger students become better musicians. In my 4 years in this stellar band program, being really involved with the music community is what helped me develop my personality and character. Without it, who knows where I'll be today? Now, where was I with my euphonium playing? My euphonium. You have been with me for the past 4 years, going through hardships and successes with me as a musician. Let's make everything count at the May 21st concert at the California Theater as it demonstrates the impact that band had on my life as an individual. And we will go on